The men in my family were all veterans, both grandparents in World War II. My dad was drafted during Vietnam. I always had a curiosity about what that was like. My job in the Air Force was pararescue. So pararescue is the only Department of Defense career field or asset that trains specifically for personnel recovery. So going and getting people stuck, wounded, trapped, crashed anywhere in the world, we are standing by to bring them home. My darkest moment in service was sitting on a corner in broad daylight in Haiti, seeing the people in the vehicle in front of us, strangers, getting shot, drug out of the car. It just haunts me that we didn't intervene.
It's truly amazing how one moment in time can for many people have such, this kind of whirlwind effect on all aspects of their life.
Seeing that one particular situation and not intervening kind of went directly against all of my personal values. And not having intervened kind of caused me to get stuck in a just permanent crushing sense of obligation for about 10 years before I finally understood what was happening to me. The low point, I think, was with my daughter playing Legos, my most favorite things in the world, and I couldn't enjoy it. I just kept looking at the clock, planning the rest of my day until it was time to go to bed. And I knew at that point that I had something, I didn't know what, that needed intervention.
PTSD isn't always just about fear. A lot of times PTSD is about guilt. One of the most tragic parts of PTSD is this perception that I don't deserve to be loved. Like I'm damaged, and they're not. And we can use these activities to help them enjoy life again, to help them realize that they are meaningful.
There you go, good job.
You won't really know until you start playing around.
Oh, you did it!
I learned about the NAC through a chain of several people. The medical director for Pararescue knew Doc Bryan from the University of Utah National Center for Veteran Studies. Knew that Doc Bryan was developing a 2-week PTSD treatment therapy.
One of the many reasons why I like doing this treatment up here at the National Ability Center is we can tie in different recreational activities in a unique way that directly facilitates the psychological treatment.
I was able to set aside most of my fear in general in public, looking over my shoulder, expecting the worst out of humanity. I now had a clear vision of what right could feel like.
Probably the biggest change that I saw in Michael is that he smiled again, he laughed with us again, he was engaged with our family.
What we did at the NAC is fundamentally responsible for keeping the family together.
The environment at the NAC is very healing. It's a hopeful place, it's a welcoming place. It didn't fix everything immediately, but we have the tools to be able to get to where we want to be.
What we found with all of the veterans that we've treated out here is that around 4 or 5 days is usually where this significant shift occurs. And once they sort of have this glimpse of a life that they could have, it's all of a sudden, like this light turns on. And at that point, it's sort of like, okay, now we're making some progress.
I tell other veterans all the time about the NAC that they have the kind of people there that I thought only existed in pararescue. The people that were genuinely ready to give of themselves. And I ask everyone I see, I recommend that they go, because I want them to feel like we feel.